guys, this is Themmylor and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are joining this channel for the very first time, you are welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, you are welcome back to this channel. In this video today, I'll be talking about trades of the week. That is the trades that we had this week on GBP USD and Euro USD. If time permits me, I will also check gold, because I did a breakdown for someone during this week on gold. So this week on GBP USD, this was all the price action we had, and I was really impressed with price action this week. Price really moved very well. We had zones being respected, supply zones, demand zones, and we have nice break of structures as well. So let's quickly dive into it. So this is the 4 hours time frame, and last week I did break down how I got into a buy from here and got out of the trade somewhere around there, because it was the close of the day before FOMC then pushed all the way up there, taking out all the old trend line liquidity that we have right here and tapped perfectly into this supply level. I did share on Thursday that I was selling from this supply level in my YouTube video that I dropped that day. I was in this sell trade and I got out somewhere around here. Yeah, I think about 50 pips that I was able to catch, and later on price plummeted down, and we had a continuation sell, but I was already out somewhere around there. And coming to Friday now, let's quickly move to the 1 hour time frame. Please bear with me, my network is not that strong. I don't know what's going on, so there might be a little bit of delay when I try to change time frame. So on Friday, if I'm correct, yeah, I think this was on Friday when this pushed all the way down, and on Friday you can see that markets dropped down into this market did drop into this area of demand on Friday during the London session. Market dropped into this demand level that it filled up the imbalance, cleared out the Asian range low that was right here, and from there I think I did got into a buy trade on this on this GU. I did get into a buy trade though for a short time, and I was out of the trade because then you can see markets returned back. So coming into Monday now, this is the beginning of Monday, and you can see that before we closed out on Friday, markets came back to retap this demand level that caused a break of structure. I think if we go down to the lower time frame, yeah, right there, you can see that when market tapped into this higher time frame, 1 hour or 4 hour demand, we did have a break of structure right here. But I think I did got into an early entry from right here. I stepped into this buy from right there, so that was why I closed out later here when market was dropping. So, and as you can see, market came back to retest this demand level and fill up this imbalance that we have here for a confirmation entry. But it was already Friday, and we'll be closing for the week, and I did not want to hold this buy trade over the weekend. Okay, so I was out of the trade right there. But coming to Monday, I already knew I just want to look for entry to continue in the buy trade. I'm just going to find an entry, and you can see this is the Asian range. I don't trade the Asian range. I only come to the chart during the London session and start to trade. So knowing that this demand level and imbalance has been filled from last week, we are now, if you look properly now, you will see that the next point of interest that we have again is right here. This demand level is right here, and as you can see during the Asian session, this demand level has been tapped again. Okay, so now we are now left with this demand level inside this Asian session. Okay, and because of that, I got into the trade right there. And as you can see, we have the Asian range low that is yet to be grabbed right there. Let me make the Asian range more thicker so that we can identify it. Okay, so you can see that the Asian range low is yet to be taken. And usually in the strategy that I trade and we always talk about on this channel, if we are going to buy, we always want to see the Asian range low, the liquidity sitting right there, to be taken. But there are times when our criteria will not be met. Okay, market doesn't follow our own rules. Market does whatever it wants to do. And looking at this now, at this particular level, you can see that our new point of interest is right inside this low. So now, what are we going to do now? What you can do is to factor in this liquidity, because price might actually come down to grab this before pushing up, right? So, and then at the same time, you don't want to miss out on this trade, because there are times when market will tap this zone and continue up and not actually take the liquidity sitting below this low. So at this particular point in time, I was like, if market will drop down into this imbalance, I was going to get into the trade and my stop loss will be right there. But because of this liquidity, and I don't know how far markets can actually pull down, I decided to have my stop loss at this level right here. Okay, which was right here. Noting that this has already been mitigated by this candle right here. So if we continue buying, I do not actually expect price to go beyond this low right there. And market did tap, and I got out of my trade, I think somewhere around this zone right here, because then market started you can see markets pushed above this zone, but we started pushing down and we gradually started consolidating around this zone. And I was looking that it's most likely markets come back again, probably into this level of demand to continue buying, and I did not want to miss out on this profit that I already had right there. Okay, so I just manually closed out somewhere around, I think, when markets was dropping back. So that was it on this particular trade, even though I was looking for this to be filled, this imbalance to be filled, and this Asian range high to be taken as well. But you know, sometimes we cannot actually hold for that long. So now we got back into another Asian range session, and let me move back to the 1 hour time frame now. So on the 1 hour time frame, you can see that we have this clear demand level right here that was left unmitigated when market dropped all the way down here. And that zone also caused a break of structure right here. We took out this low, market dropped down. And coming now to Tuesday, market did tap into this demand level right there. And I did take a sell trade, even though I was not so confident in the sell. Why wasn't I confident? Just because of the Asian range high that is sitting right here. Okay, because we always want to see our Asian range high grabbed before selling, because we know for sure liquidity lies right there. So I was really wary of selling, but then I decided to go for the sell. And as you can see, we did have a break of structure right here, and we were left with this supply zone that has imbalance. So I market executed a sell trade somewhere around here, and for take profits, I was looking to take profits around this level of imbalance right there. If we quickly move back to a lower time frame, okay, so this was my entry from right here, and stop loss was at this high. You can see that we did break a structure right here. This was the low that pushed price up properly into the zone, and we broke below that low, markets left behind this supply zone with imbalance. So I did market execute a sell trade, and my stop loss was at this high. So my first target was to see this Asian range low being taken out, and subsequently for this imbalance and little demand to be filled. Okay. So this was another sell trade. Exited the trade somewhere around there manually because markets started slowing down, and you can see we started consolidating. Market wasn't really giving anymore, and this took a long time. Let me see, from I think when markets came back for retracement here to this zone, almost 3 hours, and markets wasn't moving, and we were already heading to the end of the day again. So I just manually closed out on that trade as well. But this was a good sell trade. Let's move back to the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so as you can see on the 1 hour time frame, eventually during the Asian session, you can see that price did get into this filled up this level right here. Okay, so that is another nice sell trade, even though I didn't hold my trade into take profit. So at this particular point, I knew market was retracing for a continuation buys. Okay, so we've now traded into a discounted zone. So I was then looking the next day to take a buy trade from this zone, because of course we are trading from a higher time frame demand zone. Okay, so I know usually we will not just push all the way up. We have a push up, a retracement, a push up, then another retracement, which we have right here now. This is like the correction of this whole move, to then continue higher, because my bias was for buys, and I was looking that okay, price should still come to fill all of these zone right here. Okay, so now market came here, and I was looking for a continuation. Buy from right here. Let's quickly move down to the lower time frame. So as you can see, market so if we should mark out this area right here, you can see that so when the London session came, I was like, okay, I think the same thing is happening again, just like we have from the previous days, where market is reacting from a demand level from inside inside the Asian range, and I got into another buy trade right here. Market executed, even though it wasn't really in properly in my trading plan, didn't properly fit. Okay, so I would say I took this aggressively without really considering all my criteria to the tip, and I was expecting price to clear out this whole liquidity, clear out the Asian range high as well. But market came back to my point of interest, and I was still holding the trade, and I did kind of extend. I think I extended my stop loss at some points, because I just kind of believed that we are going to buy from this demand level right here. But at the end of the day, I was stopped out of my trade, I think so. Okay, I think I remember. I think my stop loss, I think when we moved higher, I kind of moved my stop loss, and I did add a loss right there. I took a loss right there, and I was out of that trade. Let me quickly go back to the 1 hour time frame now. So yes, I was stopped out. Okay, I remember now. I was stopped out at this first push right there, and later market came down again and pushed up, and I was like, you can see what this market is doing, that I knew this was going to buy, and market eventually pushed up, but I was no longer in this trade, as I have been stopped out. So moving forward now, you can see that that liquidity was cleared and market tapped right back into this supply level, and market used this supply level to sell all the way down. But I wasn't looking at this because my bias was for a buy setup. So coming to the next day, let me quickly jump back to a lower time frame now. Okay, so once all this has happened, I decide to reanalyze my setup. Okay, because that's what I will always do every morning during the London session. I always try to go over my analysis. I start with a fresh and clean setup. So I always clear my chart to start the day afresh. So coming on this particular day, I saw that we have the Asian range low here. We also still have this Asian range low right here that is yet to be taken. So liquidity was here, liquidity was here. And I realized that price, during the London session now, I realized price wanted to use this small supply zone right here to sell off and grab this Asian range liquidity right here. And if you look further, I think on the 15 minutes time frame now, I also do go from time frame to time frame. My students knows this about me. I do not stay on one particular time frame. So as you can see that we have little imbalance right here, and this demand zone wasn't properly mitigated. Okay, so little demand, little imbalance, and demand zone that was not properly mitigated right there. So I was like, I think we are going to actually sell on this particular day. I think this was on Wednesday, if I'm correct. This was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, I think Thursday. So I was like, okay, should I market execute a sell trade? Market was already somewhere around here, and I was like, okay, this will be my first target. I will expect price to drop down here, probably move my entry into break even. And finally, I also did mark out this zone, like I expect a liquidity sweep to happen at this zone and this Asian range, and for price to push down into this level right here. But I wasn't so sure of this sell trade. Why wasn't I sure? I was not sure because then just right above we have this level of supply with little imbalance. Okay, and we can also view this as liquidity that markets can grab, okay, during this London session. So to be selling below below an imbalance zone and unmitigated supply zone is not something that I love to usually do most times, though I do that sometimes. So instead of market executing a sell right here, I was like, you know what, I was going to wait for a confirmation entry because this wasn't a setup trade for me. If market got to this zone, probably I might sell and view it as an A setup, but from here, no way, I'm not seeing this as an A setup. So I was like, okay, let me see a confirmation. I did wait for a confirmation, so we broke below this low. This low was responsible for the tap into this mini supply zone that we have right here, and I was like, okay, now that we have a break of structure, I will get in from this imbalance right here. I expect price to come down into this imbalance. My stop loss still at this extreme high right here instead of this high, just for me to be well protected in the trade. And this was my target for this trade. But let's see how the trade went. As you can see, markets ran all the way down to my take profits, and I didn't get a chance to get into the trade. And if I had earlier markets and a sell, instead of waiting for a confirmation, I would have been able to you know, get up to like probably 40 pips in profit, but I missed out on that particular setup. And that was it. This zone was filled and we started buying from right here, you can see. So I did add my alert set at this zone right here. I set an alert to notify me, so I was off from my chart. And by the time I came back to my charts, I realized this has been it and market was pushing up. I go back to the chart around this level right here. Market was around this level. Let me break back. So now, as you can see, our market obligation has been fulfilled. Right there, liquidity has been grabbed, and we are now back to my bias of buying this pair. Remember from the start, my bias is for buys. Okay, so now market was already here. I couldn't jump into this trade anymore, because now if I was to jump into this trade at this level, my stop loss should be at this low right there, and this was almost about 25 pips in stop loss, which I consider too massive for me to get into. So I decided to wait, and then as you can see, market kept pushing up, and I was like, I was going to wait for a good entry. We broke above this high, which is quite nice, and I was expecting price to push back into this imbalance right there, this being a confirmation entry, so I can get into a buy trade. Stop loss at this zone right there. Let's move to the 30 minutes time frame. Okay, so entry somewhere around there, and stop loss right there, about 10 pips. I think I did add a buy limit set for 10 pips right there, and for take profits I expected that now this will be cleared. Okay, so you can see now this is another liquidity right here that needs to be grabbed. Okay, so I was expecting that at least we should push up into this level right there. Okay, but yet again markets never returned, and my take profit was it. So I expected that market was going to push down into this level before continuing up. Like I said, we cannot control the market. We can only hope for price to come to our level. So once my take profit was it, I deleted my buy limit entry, and I waited for the next day, which is Friday. So like I said, I always clear my chart every new day in order to see clearly what I am doing. So now coming to the chart on Friday, I had this marked up again, and as you can see, we've now taken out these highs right here. So now I was expecting a retracement. Now I expected price to push back again so that we can continue in the buy. I was looking for a good entry opportunity. Okay, so now you can see we have 2 points of interest. We have this demand level, and just below it we have this imbalance right here. Now moving to the 1 hour time frame. If we move to the 1 hour time frame, you see that we still have that zone being marked out, and we have little imbalance right here. I did check the 2 hours time frame as well in order to kind of see the best possible zone to take my buy trade from, because now I knew market wasn't going to go deep, so deep, to fill up the imbalances that was right there. Markets will not always fill up those imbalances. Okay, so with that in mind, I was like, okay, for this trade, I think this will be my stop loss. I checked the 4 hours time frame as well, and I saw that we had this body close right here, the down candle, and this bullish candle. So I decided that whatever we have in this week on the lower time frame was irrelevant to me at this particular point. Okay, so now let's just wait for the London session on this particular day. Okay, yeah, so now we are in the London session right now, and I came to the charts, moved to a lower time frame to kind of get entry opportunity. So I did get into a buy trade. I think, was it after the Asian range was taken? Okay, so on Friday I got into a buy trade from right here. I think got into a buy trade considering the Asian range low right here. My stop loss was at 1.26100. To be honest, I did not know why I had my stop loss right there. After, for the fact that went to the 2 hours time frame and the 4 hours time frame and marked out this line right here to be my stop loss. See, market came down and I was stopped out of this trade. Okay, so now that was another losing trade for me, and I actually did blame myself because I should have been patient, because whatever the price action we had right here wasn't a proper price action at all. So then I was like, okay, I will be patient and see exactly what is happening now. So coming to the 1 hour time frame now, coming to this time frame now, I realized was market took out this demand level, and market actually used the imbalance that we have right here. Okay, market used this imbalance between this low and this particular demand zone to buy. Okay, we took out the Asian range properly now, and I went back to the lower time frame, and once we broke above this high right here that pushed into this imbalance field that we have right there, I market executed another buy trade. Okay, we broke right there, and I think randomly I did get into a buy trade, and this time around I had my stop loss at this low that I have marked out now. Okay, and I was targeting for, let me quickly go to the 1 hour time frame now. So I was targeting these eyes right here. I was like, this time around, I'm going to hold this trade. Okay, I'm going to hold this buy. But put in mind that on Friday, yesterday was Good Friday, and we had bank holidays all over the countries, UK, Canada, even Nigeria, and I think other countries that celebrate that are Christians, I think. So we had bank holiday, and but we still had nice push in the market. So entry right there, and that was it for my trade on Friday. And just later during the New York session, let me just continue playing so you can see right there, during the New York session, I was on a call with one of my academy members, and we were discussing this trade, showed him why I got in, showed him my first loss that I had and why I re-entered the trade. And it was already going to the close of the day, market was already pushing back, and I was like, and he asked me that, am I going to continue holding over the weekend? I said to him, I'm not sure, that I don't even know what to do at this particular point, that of course I've moved my stop loss now into break even, somewhere around here. My stop loss was already in break even, and I'm not sure if I should hold, but it looks like we are likely going to get probably a retracement back into this new demand level before we continue pushing up. And he also asked again that, do I think that will happen today already, because the day was already going to an end? And I said, I really don't know. And he said, if I were you, I will just close out of this trade and start afresh next week. And I said, you know what? I will listen to you and I will step out of the trade. So I closed out my trade both on GU, and I was also in EU trade. I will move over to EU and show you the breakdown on EU as well. And I closed out my 3 positions that I had. I had 2 positions on EU and 1 position here on GU, and I closed out the 3 positions. And I was glad I listened to my students, because as you can see, before the close of the day, market dropped back, and I wouldn't have made anything out of this trade, but I was glad I listened to my students and closed out of the trade. So Monday we'll approach the markets afresh. Okay, so before I leave the GBP USD this pair to the next pair, so as you can see right there, like I always say, this is an imbalance zone, and is quite risky to take buy trades above imbalances on unmitigated zone. And this is where experience comes into play. Okay, if you backtest a lot, if you are always on your chart, forward testing, back testing, over time you know when you can get into trades even when you have imbalances sitting below. Okay, and the more reason why you need to go from time frame to time frame. Okay, so it was me going from time frame to time frame and experience that made me realize we will not actually push down into this level that deep before we buy up. So of course, we can only act or to some extent predict what might happen in the market. Okay, come Monday, we might still actually have a push down into this demand level. We never can tell. Okay, so this is not me saying 100% that we are never going to come into this zone. Okay, but sometimes you act based on what the price action is actually dictating. But overall, to be very honest, I am still very bullish, because I'm still seeing this as a liquidity that needs to be grabbed actually. So on Monday, I'll see how price develops, and if we can still, if I'll be able to get into a good trade after the Asian range as printed on the chart. Okay, so that is it for GBP USD. You can see simple, straightforward price action. And if we quickly go over it on this 1 hour time frame again, you will see that demand zones and supply zones were respected. So this is a demand zone. Market pushed up, respected it, came back and pushed up again. We pushed up right here. Market came back to this level of demand again, respected it and pushed up. You can see this internal supply that we have right here. Market pushed into it, dropped down. Yet again, this supply zone that we have right here, market pushed into it and dropped down again. And finally now, we have this imbalance and demand zone right here. Market has pushed into it, tapped into it and pushed up right again. So you can see simple price action right there. Okay, so let's quickly move to the euro dollar. Okay, so you can see this was the trade on euro dollar that I was in. Let me delete that and go over the trade. Okay, so starting from the 4 hours time frame. Okay, so same like I will not really dive so deep into this. We can see from I think last week we had this demand and we had a buy trade from here. I think I took a loss on this first buy because I was in this trade on this buy, but market came down, took me out of the trade, tapped right back, and I did get into another entry and traded up onto this zone. So EU and GU, they are quite alike. And same as GU, I did take a sell trade right here. Remember the sell trade I said I wasn't so sure of because of the Asian range above. The same thing on EU as well. Okay, I also did take a sell trade and I got out somewhere around here as well. I think when market was returning back up, I stepped out of the trade. Then it was already towards the close of my trading session. This is almost 4 p.m. Around 4 p.m. I'm always exhausted for the day because I'm always on my chart from like 8 a.m. So I usually just want to close out around that 4 p.m., which is also the London session close. So that was it for this trade. I didn't take any trade right here. And so now let's return back to the 4 hours time frame. So as you can see right here on the 4 hours time frame, we tapped properly into this level of demand on Friday, and I did take a buy trade. I took an aggressive buy trade, and I also took a confirmation entry as well. So coming to the chart on Friday, we can see that we have this Asian range high right here, and we also have this Asian range low that was grabbed with this candle, and we tapped properly into this demand level. The demand level is so clear. Let me quickly return to the 4 hours time frame. You can see unmitigated demand with imbalance. Nice tap. And for stop loss, the stop loss wasn't that much. It was probably around 15 or 16 pips thereabout. So I did market execute a buy trade once I saw this candle printing, this bullish candle printing. I was in the trade and I had an open take profit actually. I had an open take profit on this, but I looked on the higher time frame. Okay, so I was actually looking at this zone to exit, but I knew we might not actually get here on Friday because this was some sort of liquidity zone for me, and I expect that price should push above, and this should be the buy trade. So I got in right there, and later we did have a confirmation entry as well. So we broke above this high. I know once we broke above this high, this gives the that confirmation for a buy trade right there. You can see we broke above that high, and we market printed a new entry opportunity. So a break of structure right there. As we know, when we break structure, market will return back to the demand zone, and the imbalance that caused that break of structure. Okay, so and I did get into another entry, so that was why I had 2 entries on EU on Friday. So I was targeting this high. Okay, so remember bank holiday markets, I did not even expect that market was going to move so much like that because of the holiday, but right there I had 2 positions. And like I said, remember my student said if he was the one in this trade, he was going to close out, and I think market was already retracing back to this zone when I did step out of my 2 positions and on GU as well. Good thing I stepped out because market almost came back to entry. Yeah, and this was the end of the trading week. Okay, so you can see that we had a pretty good price action this week on EU and on GU. And that will be all for this video. I hope it was of value to you, and if you want to sign up to join my academy where I have one-on-one session with my students, I guide them, assist them in their trading journey as well. Okay, so talk about the pairs. My students don't actually trade the same pairs with me. They all have the pairs that they love to trade. Some trade USD cards, some trade gold. Like I mentioned at the start of this video, my student did ask me to check gold for him, which I did. And so we I always have a one-on-one session with my students. We get to tell me the areas where you have issues with trading, and I guide them towards risk management, which is very, very important in trading. And so far it has been a positive reviews from my students. And if you're interested in signing up, you can do so. It's now $200. Before I charge $100, but now $200 to sign up to join my academy and one-on-one session. So that will be all for this video, guys. Till next time.